Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Sports Minorities Podcast. Your home for not-so-expert analysis, shit-talking, and a whole bunch of other NFL and sports stuff. And there's probably going to be a lot of it today, too. I'm your host and resident Titans fan, JC. Joining me this week, as always, are...
resident bandwagoner. This week I'm sticking with the 49ers still. Got that W, so we keeping it going.
This is Nori, the Giants fan, and I speak for all of us where I don't care what fucking holiday you believe in, happy fucking holidays, because Jason Garrett is on the unemployment line. Eat dick.
Hey, what's up, all? This is Rob, aka the Trinity. I don't even care about sports anymore. My Lakers lost, and Tom Brady was throwing interceptions forever ago. But hey, they beat the Giants, so we're...
And the Lakers got their ass whooped by the Knicks. Let's remind
There it is.
Remind everybody.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
We knew it.
You can't hurt me. When was the last time your Knicks won a championship?
Yeah.
Kick Rob off the podcast. Now.
Oh my God.
Get him out of here. Get this guy.
Not as bad as another team we last week. We'll get to that part, though.
That was too low.
Was it, though?
And hello, beautiful people. DJ here, resident Cowboys fan, and just a message here. Henceforth, the Indianapolis Colts have now been renamed. They are now the Indianapolis Taylors. I say it again, Indianapolis Taylors.
I don't think I've ever seen one person that would put up that many fantasy points ever. That's insane.
Taylor single-handedly almost beat Mike.
He almost single-handedly beat my fantasy team this week.
You're right.
Yeah, we're not going to get to that.
Won't talk about
Well,
that.
we're not going to get into. We'll recap Week 12. We'll talk a bit about the Thanksgiving slate of games this week. Chicken Wings got something he wants to bring up, and I'll try and make sense of why what happened to the Titans happened. And if you're a real Titans fan, it does not surprise you. But
You're going to try to make sense of it. Okay, I can't
I will try. Trust me.
This ought to be good. This is
ought to be
real
great.
good.
But I want to start
everybody in the
this,
league,
and
you can't
Nori's
beat
already
the
brought it
Texans.
up. So I do want to congratulate Nori, not for his Knicks beating the Lakers. And I don't want to hear Lakers fans saying, but LeBron wasn't playing. Whose fucking fault was that, right?
LeBron could punch plenty of people on the sideline, so it's fine.
But yes, Nori, you brought it up. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Jason Garrett is fired as offensive coordinator.
Wow.
You gave us your initial thoughts. That was kind of the biggest news all across New York. If you heard that loud shout coming from the state of New York, that's why. Your thoughts, what do you expect from your Knicks going forward? And can they make the playoffs now?
We talking about the Knicks or Giants?
The Giants.
You said Knicks.
Excuse me. Did I say Knicks? I apologize. I meant the Giants.
Okay, well, the Knicks have a realistic chance, but that's another show. The Giants, no, and that's okay. I'm at peace with it now because what I could not stand was continued mediocrity and continued ownership acting like everything is fine and nothing's wrong. It's great that we can now see what Freddie Kitchens. He was a former head coach of Cleveland, but I think people forget he was a really good offensive coordinator for Cleveland. They're putting up a bunch of points. I mean, if you can make Baker Mayfield look good, I can't wait to see with Daniel Jones. So I'm excited because we're either going to find out if we have a real offensive coordinator now or if we need to have him kick rocks too, and we have nothing invested in him. So it is a rare win-win for the Giants, and Giants fans, we can rejoice.
Well, congratulations, Nori. It's been a long time coming.
That's how sad it is. We're out of the playoffs almost, and I'm getting congratulations. That's how bad the state of the Giants is right now.
You know,
Congratulations,
7 teams
Nori.
make the playoffs. You're not exactly out. There's still, 7 weeks left in the season?
7 weeks left in the season. They're 2 games
If Kitchens
behind.
could turn around this offense, then
place.
Yeah.
he'll be a god in New York if he get us in the playoffs.
So it's weird.
Could happen.
7 games left in the season. 2 games behind 6th place at 3-7.
How many
That's how
times in the
bad it
Giants'
is.
history have they made a surge starting at this point of the season, made the wild card, and then made a run to
At
the Super
this
Bowl?
point of the season, no. The worst they started was 0-2, but they kept winning, losing. It wasn't like, haha, we're 3-7. Watch this. I don't think they've ever done that. That's pretty crazy.
I think
Stranger things have happened this season, So, well, let's talk more Week 11 here. How did we do last week? Chicken Wing got the week at 11-4. I finished second at 10-5. Nori and DJ both went 9-6, and Rob went 6-9.
Haha, scrub.
I'm
Good
not
numbers,
ready.
though. Good numbers.
I feel good.
Yeah. So overall, Chicken Wing has taken the lead. He's the first to break 100. He's got 100 correct picks on the season. DJ at 99, myself at 98, Nori at 93 correct picks, and Rob at 88 picks correct this season. So
You're welcome.
all right. So Chicken Wing, having won the week, what are your thoughts on Week 11 in the NFL and what happened this past weekend?
I have no regrets.
Well,
Except for the
obviously.
Houston
I
game.
bet you know, you little bitch.
There's
Except
4
for the
games you
Houston
should
game.
regret.
No, I don't.
That's why we can't have Chicken Wing win. Will you get to the fucking context of your paragraph, please? What?
I was. If y'all
thoughts
won't
week
shut the
11?
fuck up. Jesus. The Buffalo game was an educated guess, and no one saw Indy doing what they did to him and how they beat him.
No.
Minnesota won by a field goal. That's the Thanksgiving miracle for their week this week.
They don't even fucking make those, and they made that one. Yeah.
Exactly, right? And then, Heineke's the truth. Y'all keep laughing at me, but my
Knock it
man,
off.
Took him a while.
We are going to laugh at you because you never picked them.
So
So
was the lie. Now he's the truth. So
I mean, he's the truth.
I picked him up in fantasy.
I don't fucking believe this.
Help me beat Mike.
He did too. See, I'm trying to tell y'all. Prophet. No, Rob's the prophet, not me. I ain't the prophet. But no, I have no regrets, dude. The biggest surprise is, and JC, this is not a knock to your team. I promise you. The biggest surprise was Tennessee Houston, and like how they beat you guys was just baffling. Now that turnover on special teams, that's y'all's fucking fault, bro.
no, I'll
What the
explain
fuck was
why,
that?
and Titans
Yeah,
fans shouldn't be surprised
no,
by this if you want to know. But
Special teams. Let's go.
yeah,
let's go.
special teams. Okay. First of all, I will say as great as Chicken Wing feels right now, I know I can piss him off by saying one thing. I got outscored by 9 other teams in our fantasy league, including him, and I still won my week. 56.36 points, and I still won because the other guy only got 42. So.
that's,
You know what?
that's king shit,
I can
JC.
top
That's king
that,
shit
bro.
right there.
I can top that, bro. 1
go.
yard.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, ho.
No, but
JC, why are you taking that shit? Just tell him blackout.
Oh my god. I mean, but you're not wrong though.
yep.
Go ahead.
Y'all still couldn't win with that.
Anyway, why and honestly every other Titans fan should not be surprised that we lost to the Texans this week is because the Titans have a long running history of playing to the level of their opponents.
Yeah.
And that is good or bad. You probably find me any season, give me a list of games. I can tell you one was like, why did we lose to that? Because we played the level. Teams that we were so heavily underdog to, we play up to their level and give ourselves a chance to win. That's long happened. You look at that playoff run where they beat the Patriots and beat the Ravens. We played the Chiefs great, lost in Arrowhead. Still, nobody thought the Titans would have made the AFC Championship. With this game on there, you heard it. They've beaten all these playoff teams. Who are their 2 losses? If you take away week 1 this season, we've played to the level of all our opponents. Beat all the playoff teams from last year, but we played down to the Jets and the Texans level. And throw in the weather without Derrick Henry, yeah, it's a pretty shitstorm. And it's something that's happened a long time. Even under Jeff Fisher, who, appropriate enough, was inducted to the Titans Hall of Fame at halftime this past Sunday. And that's what happened, so... It's not surprising to me because we heard all this talk about, oh, they got the easiest schedule going the rest of the year. They've beaten every playoff team. You needed a fucking wake-up call like this. It's the damn Texans getting a win in Nashville. That's got to piss somebody off. Adrian Peterson already lost his job. He's done. But that's any Titans fan will tell you this isn't something surprising. And to be completely honest with you, I know y'all were messaging me, making memes. Have you seen this man? I think Chicken Wing made the meme or something.
Listen, we can laugh at you because your team is like a Super Bowl contender. It wasn't like, your team is shit and you really needed to win. Like, your Titans are still a Super Bowl contender. That's why we can just, laugh at it because we can forget about the shit in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, we still have technically a 3-game lead over Indy for the division because we already swept them. We have that. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not too concerned. Now, I don't see them losing 2 games in a row, and I know it's a big one this week. Unless there's snow, then I'm concerned. But because we don't play for shit for snow, but they always play the level of opponents, good or bad, and that's cause for concern. That's why We lost to the Texans, and I didn't give a shit because we threw together a T-ball team at like 3 days' notice. Some kids had never played before, and somehow myself and some of their dads coached a bunch of 4 and 3-year-olds to a championship and a tournament. And I'm so happy with that. So when I saw the score later that the Titans lost, I was like, I don't give a shit if we lost to the Texans. And I don't say that very often, but my son got to win a championship ring. I can show you guys right here. Turkey Day championship was pretty amazing. So that's a story for another time.
Your son won a championship before the Titans did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. He did. So yeah, he was excited.
Shit.
But yeah, any Titans fan will tell you that's not a surprise. Buffalo, though, when they lose bad.
Yes, they do.
What is happening? What is happening
right now, bro?
I don't know what the fuck is going on here. The Bills were one of the hottest teams in the league at one point. Holy shit.
Maybe Nori's onto something. And Nori, if you want to talk about that right now, you're next.
Go for it.
Buffalo hasn't beaten good teams. He's a good
I called it, on the podcast. Like I was just very hesitant about the Bills and the Colts. I went with the safer pick because I'm getting bodied in points here. I'm like, no. The Bills are the safer, better team. They'll stop the skid, even though the Colts are playing hot. But the Colts haven't beaten a good team. Now my hesitation for the Colts is over, and the league is seeing what Rob saw in the preseason, and they weren't acting like it the first 6 weeks, but
no,
it's the team that Rob thought in the preseason is here. Jonathan Taylor is like a guy by himself. Wentz is playing pretty mistake-free football. Wentz doesn't have to light the league on fire with points. He just has to play mistake-free football, and he is. He's giving the Colts stability on that team. And the team is so scary good that Ty Hilton is doing dick, and they're still playing really, really well. So the Bills seem like the Cowboys of the AFC. You're great against really shitty teams, but when another bully comes at your door, you get fucking bitch slapped. So it's interesting. But my biggest surprise, absolutely was the Texans beating the fucking Titans. That was, we joked about it, we laughed about it, like, haha, what if you lose to the Texans? But like, no, really, we
didn't believe it.
Yeah, like, no, really. And I'm not quite sure. Like Chicken Wing said, what's more surprising, the Titans losing or the Vikings winning by a field goal? In clutch
beating Green Bay, mind you.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm
very happy. Every time there's inconvenience and loss and pain in Aaron Rodgers' life makes me very, very, very happy. So I was good with that. And that's kind of all I had for this week.
All right, DJ, what about you this week?
Definitely, we're going to start with the surprise, which was the Titans losing to the Texans. I really wasn't even paying attention to the game because I didn't figure I had to. Yeah, I just figured the Titans were going to blow the Texans out. That's why I really figured it. And then I checked the score in like the late fourth quarter, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And then the game ended, and I was like, "Wow, this is unbelievable." Yeah. And I will also throw in the the Vikings winning by a field goal. I talked so much shit about the Vikings kicking field goals, and they were like, "Yeah, well, watch this. We'll win with a field goal," and then they did it. And they beat Green Bay.
Last 2 seconds.
We like to think our podcast is really helping America because somebody is hearing shit and doing the opposite of what we're saying. So thank you.
It was like, this motherfucker DJ keeps talking about our field goal kicking. Let's watch this.
Yeah.
We'll show him
the rest of the game. Bam.
Congrats,
we can't make field goals. Yeah, congratulations. So that's what I got there. And I will say, I didn't expect Jonathan Taylor to go off the way he did. I mean, I know he's a great back. I know that. But I did not expect him to basically say, Indy, I'm going to put you on my back and carry you to victory. Because that's what he did. And Carson Wentz was like, all right, well, I'll just throw for 106 yards and keep the ball out of the other team's hands.
He played Tecmo Bowl while everybody else was playing another game. Like, you
remember
Elway
football?
Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl?
Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl? Yeah, you can't tackle him, can't do shit.
Oh, my God. Like, now I see why Rob picked him first overall. Holy fuck. Good shit, Rob. Good insight.
Well, Rob, you can talk about that, and you can also talk about the fact that you still picked the Vikings to win the division before the season started. Are they starting to look like the team you expected to see in the preseason?
Keep in mind, like, when I made that pick, it was also when they were having, like, that whole Aaron Rodgers issue with, like, him not wanting to come back. And I was like, okay, well, Rodgers didn't come back. Who else is number one in that division? I'm like, well, nobody else but, like, Minnesota. So that was my whole thing. Like, well, he actually came back, and now, yay, number one division, whatever. But this is the Minnesota team that I saw. Like, this is Justin Jefferson doing his thing. He's a bomb-ass receiver. This is You know, an awesome Dalvin Cook is an amazing running back, and you have a decent quarterback. So like he's not throwing interceptions as often. So this is a team that I was expecting. And they played a lot of really close games this year. So like a lot of these could have been.
A lot of these, looking at their schedule, like they should have beat the Bengals. They lost to the Cardinals only because they missed a field goal. That's it. Like. Yeah. A lot of
Ravens.
Really
no, that was Detroit. Never mind.
Yeah. So like, yeah, like
Wow.
if these literally could have been like 1-2 possession. If had they gone the other way, had Dalvin Cook been not injured for a couple of those games, you know, the records would be different, right?
It's true.
Yep.
So again, this is a team that I was hoping to see a lot more of, and yeah, this is also one of the reasons I really do like Minnesota is they are owned by Red McCombs. Still, I think.
Still?
Yeah.
I thought he sold the team.
Did he sell? Okay.
The Vikings are coming off pretty. Yeah, he sold the team, but they're coming off some pretty strong wins. They beat the Chargers, now the Packers.
Yep.
Like you know, they're just paying attention to them. I think the
You're
real
right,
Vikings
the
are finally here.
record Is saying different. Like most of their losses, I think one of them was only
It's like
no, they're all
points.
one score games.
They're like one score.
Yeah, I mean they don't get blown out. That's what
Yeah.
you got to pay attention.
They're always
They
in there.
won't get
It's
blown
one
out.
of those games that can go either way. They're always right there. You know.
And the only team they blew out was Seattle, but Seattle's like a shadow of itself. It's still like, they didn't pick their schedule.
Even
But the
with
Vikings
Wilson
have had
back,
a
that's
very
Yeah.
hard schedule, and to be 5-5, I mean, I think they for sure make the playoffs. Look at the rest of their schedule.
Yeah. Like looking at the rest of the schedule, I'm sure they made the playoff as one of the wild card spots. I don't think Green Bay completely collapses, so like I'm pretty sure they'll come out as number one out of that.
I mean, Green Bay is one bad injury or one bad positive COVID test from collapsing.
I'll say if Aaron Rodgers don't get COVID, they don't.
Well,
I think they.
The only thing they got going
division.
for him is he doesn't get tested at all for like the next 90 days, basically.
90
So,
days.
yeah. But yeah, they're one key injury away from everything changing, or you know, one stretch of bad games, if you will. So
The one game I wish I had changed in the morning was the Dallas and KC game, just knowing that their two number one receivers were basically out. So
yeah, and Cooper's going to be out this week too.
yeah,
for Thanksgiving.
Cooper out,
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb being out, like
And also,
great.
Amari
Well,
Cooper is
they just-
unvaccinated too.
Who isn't?
Amari Cooper is
Cooper.
unvaccinated.
Yeah, that's why he's missing 2 games. He has to go through the whole 10-day protocol.
I didn't even know until Michael Irvin made a big thing about it.
Yeah, so those are a couple of choices I wish I had made in the morning, but I didn't. And yeah, it's alright. So.
Yeah. As far as COVID goes, if you're unvaccinated in the NFL, you better be very careful. Cases are starting to slowly creep back up. It is getting to the colder months of the year, so definitely be careful. I know I've already got my daughter her first shot. She's got a second shot, so I'm coming up too. So, and it's something you always got to watch too. It's something having an autoimmune disease, have to keep an eye on. So I'm already waiting for word on when I have to get a 4th shot. Like I'm already getting notices about that. So haven't already got the booster in September, but yeah, that is week 11. Crazy as it was. Any guesses, you guys, who the top person on Yahoo Pick'em was? How many they got correct out of 15?
15 of 15.
15 and 0. He was perfect.
15 and 0. He was perfect. He was the one person to get all 15 correct. So
Good for him.
Motherfucker.
pretty crazy. So
He was the closest game. I think was the Baltimore-Chicago game because I don't.
That's a close ass
honestly,
game.
yeah,
I
Me
honestly
and Rob were
don't
actually looking at
believe-
that last night.
I was like, dude, I could. Oh, I looked at the score earlier the day and was like, oh, Chicago's up. All right, bet. No Lamar Jackson, we're good. What is with this,
Then
like?
Tyler Huntley said hi,
and
then
Tyler
there
was
you
like,
go.
watch this.
Yeah.
one of the
Actually, a
coaches
reason why
like
Nagy should be fired. Watch this.
one of the coaches like 30 minutes after the game started was like, I was like, yeah, I don't know if you. He's like, did you check your fantasy team? I was like, no. They deactivated Lamar Jackson like right before the game. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You didn't get to change it, so he had to stick with Lamar Jackson as his QB. No point.
And related to that, I feel so bad for Chicago Bears fans if they felt like Giants fans with Jason Garrett, because it's not just in Soldier Field. Now, apparently, when a couple nights ago, when the Bulls and the Knicks played, they were chanting "Fire Nagy" at
Fire
a
Nagy.
Bulls.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Better listen to
That's
some
bad.
Blackhawks games too while you're at it, man. Jesus.
Hey,
That's
really?
bad.
Yeah.
On that off topic, at least the Bulls are winning. So
Yeah.
Yes, they are. The Bulls look good.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they have the best bald player in Bulls history, in Alex Caruso. So
Caruso, the best bald white guy, I guess. The bald white guy.
Yep.
Caruso.
All right. Now, normally we would be doing a segment called What's Bothering the Minorities, but Chicken Wing says he's got a surprise, something for us. I don't know if this is technically What's Bothering Minorities, but we'll do it anyway. Chicken Wing, what is it you got for us today?
So, considering the fact we're a few weeks out from the playoff machine, where we really play with playoff scenarios, I saw something that was interesting, and I want to. Well, it's called contender or pretender.
Okay.
What I'm doing,
Okay.
based on how close each conference is, I'm not doing the division leaders. I'm just going to name off the teams in order of their respective ranks, to a point. I'm not going to go all the way down. And I want to know from your guys' perspective, are they a contender for the playoffs or a pretender? And it's all just smoke.
Okay.
So
I'll start off by saying the Jets without Mike White, pretender. With Mike White, contender.
Yeah.
Well, luckily they're last in the conference, so
Last in the conference,
I'm not going to go there.
they have no chance without the king. No chance.
Anyway, go ahead, Chicken Wing. Sorry.
Starting with the AFC. Again, these are all respective ranks, so it's going to be fifth all the way to where I stop.
Okay.
And then, so first team on the list is the Bengals. Are they a contender or a pretender?
Contender.
Contender.
The Chargers.
Contender.
The Bills.
Pretender.
Pretender.
The way they're playing right now, pretender.
Pretender.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now they are number 7 right there.
I have to flip a coin, but I'm going to say pretender right now.
I'm going to say pretender because they have to play the Patriots 2 times.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And they'll lose both times.
Mm-hmm.
At the rate they're playing now, you're right. A month ago, we would have had a different conversation.
Yeah.
I would have said something, a week ago. About a month ago, I probably would have said something different.
Yeah.
But right now,
Yeah.
no.
And the Patriots, the way they're playing, hot right now.
Very
Contender.
contender. They're going to win the division.
They are, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they should.
So
Don't want them to, but they're going to.
here are the ones outside looking in, and this is literally a game or 2 behind Buffalo. Next one is Pittsburgh.
Pretender.
Pretender.
Tied the fucking Lions. You kidding me? You're pretender.
Exactly. That Steelers team is ready to go, but no consent is just not having it. So he needs to
He's not
retire.
having a year, bro.
He said no consent. Oh, I'm
Jesus
done. I'm
Christ.
done with this.
He's been saying it for years. I still laugh every time. It's fucking hilarious.
You know? I'm not the one who locked 2 girls in the bathroom. It was him. It was me. Fuck him.
Oh my god.
Fuck him forever.
Jesus, bro. That's great.
All right.
Mind you,
All right, next.
all the teams I mentioned have 4 losses only. So,
Okay.
moving forward, Indy.
Contender.
Contender.
Yeah,
Contender.
They'll catch a wild card right now if they keep playing like they
the
are.
Indianapolis Taylors are
The
contenders.
Taylors are.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. Okay, I see you. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right.
They are contenders.
Cleveland.
Pretenders.
Pretenders.
There's too much going on there. They win and they're fighting with each other. There's stuff going on there.
Shit, according to Baker Mayfield's
Pretender
girlfriend,
right
he's
now,
tougher.
but if they beat
is.
the Ravens coming out of their bye week, because they have the Ravens this week, then a bye, and then the Ravens again. If they beat them coming out of their bye week, I'd say they're a contender. But it's going to matter about what they do to hit the reset button on their bye week.
I don't think they have enough or are healthy enough to do better than the other teams you mentioned. I don't see it.
It's all in their head. I swear to God, it's all in their fucking head. And I hate this. I hate Baker Mayfield with a passion, and I've hated him when he was in college. He's an asshole at OU. He's an asshole now. But one thing he always was when he played was he was mentally strong. He took every little thing, used that as fuel. Why have you not done that? Because
the team doesn't fit. They got a bunch of talented pieces in Browns, but they don't fit. Like Garrett is a team. Myles Garrett is a team player. Now Odell wanted out. Okay, fine. Then you do good without him. And now Jarvis Landry, who doesn't say shit. He's like, oh, I'm not getting the ball enough. Like the whole team is just fucked. And then Chubb is hurt in and out. Baker Mayfield is really actually hurt, and he should be shut down. And then you have Hunt, who's on IR. That team is not going to magically get healthy and be cohesive more than the Chargers or the Patriots or even the Bills or all the other teams you mentioned. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose both of these games to the Ravens, then season's a lost cause. Shut it down. Get healthy. Get some draft picks.
No, they're going to get fingered. They're not beating the Ravens.
Okay.
I mean, Have y'all been watching the Ravens play? They're not exactly on.
No, but they'll beat the Browns. They'll beat them
Beat
twice.
the Browns though. Yeah.
And I love the Browns too. But
You're right.
no.
You're right.
Okay. So right under the
16,
Browns.
16-13, Baltimore.
Okay.
Oh, facts. There you go. The Raiders.
Pretender.
Tenders.
Pretenders.
They lost their head coach, their wide receiver. I feel bad. I don't think any team can recover on all the shit they lost this year. They're pretenders.
I mean,
Denver.
they're playing with effort. Like they're definitely giving their effort, but they're just not. They don't have like direction.
Got you. Okay. And Denver.
Pretenders. Oh my god, pretenders.
Pretenders. They.
And it's such
Oh
a
my
shame
God.
because they should be contenders.
But like with Judy and them, like that should have been a team that was contending.
Should have been. No, I agree. I think JC should have been right that he should have been wild card ones, but now I'm calling Thomas J. Hundred to fucking sue them for fraud. So no. No, I'm not hearing any shit about Denver.
Yeah.
At all this rest of this fucking year. They lied to all of us. Tired of it.
And to round out the AFC at 13, Miami.
Contender.
Are you?
Tender.
Huh?
Yes. 7 losses. They can do some damage. They are the scariest team in the AFC right now. The way they are playing. Hands down.
Miles Gaskin is a legit running back. Like you have the offensive
facts.
weapons there.
They may not make the playoffs,
Jalen
but
Waddle,
they will get
but-
close, and they will cost somebody a playoff spot because they
No,
they'll
so
some
they're-
trouble.
Let me clarify. I don't think they're an actual contender, but I do think they could play spoiler and piss off a lot of people.
There we
They
go.
will
That-
play
that's a good one.
spoiler. Most definitely. They will definitely play spoiler.
So
Yeah.
Like the
spoiler
Titans
slash
should beat their ass, but I don't know if they will.
on that one.
Spoiler.
slash
Spoiler.
X
Yeah.
Spoiler, yeah.
They'll
They're
play
the
Spoiler.
most
Spoiler.
dangerous team in the
They play
AFC right
spoiler.
now.
Because
They
someone's going to go against them and they're going to underestimate them, and Miami's going to beat the brakes off them.
And I have a feeling it's going to be Tennessee because we still have them on the schedule.
Remember, you play down to their level. So
Exactly.
All of these
Yeah, you play
games,
down, yeah.
all of these games in Miami are winnable. The Panthers, the Giants, the Jets, the Saints, the Titans, and the Dolphins—they're all winnable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Patriots. They're all winnable games.
Got it.
They
Got it,
could
okay.
beat the Patriots. That's very true. Like the
don't think
Patriots
they'll
and
make the
Bills
playoffs, though,
division
but-
could come down to who beats Miami down the stretch.
They're gonna disrupt the NFL, and they're gonna show us what the version we thought we were getting, like the Colts.
Yeah, exactly. The
You know,
ones we're
the
getting
version
at
we
the
thought we
beginning
were
of the season, we all
getting.
thought.
I didn't think Rob did, but like, yeah, they're gonna be disruptive. I think I don't see them losing a lot of the games going forward.
Got you. Okay. So the NFC is a different ball game.
Okay.
I'm not gonna name the Lions because they're the only team that's 0-9.
Okay.
And they're-
9-1. Don't forget that one. They got half a
And
win.
one. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. They,
But
champagne.
this is how much closer they are, except for number 5 because they're just too far away. So number 5 is the Rams.
Pretender because they are so inconsistent.
Right now, pretender.
Yeah.
I agree
How
with
do you
that.
upgrade on both sides of the ball twice the last 2 weeks,
Holy shit.
and you lose two times in a row? I don't know,
Because
man.
you upgraded with Beckham Jr. and Von Miller, who worried too much about getting out of their current situations than actually playing football. That's the honest truth right now.
Maybe they
Yeah,
need
show me
chemistry,
something.
but
Yeah.
Stafford ain't playing too good either.
No, he's
Stafford
not.
hasn't been hot either.
So we'll see.
But
We'll see.
I will say
Contender?
Contender still,
I'll
regardless
say
of
that.
Yeah, like I still believe that they have all the parts to get together, and once they meld and like actually start working together, I still think that's a very scary offense to play against. And
Facts.
I think like yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Outside
only
of it-
going by how they play now.
Unless they're playing the 49ers, in which case they'll lose. So
Right.
Facts. I mean,
I
you know,
throwing
Nori
that out
says it. They own him. So
And
So number
Garoppolo
six.
owns a nice house, and he owns the Rams, so
number 6 is Minnesota.
contender.
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 Beat Green Bay.
Yeah,
You got to be a
contender.
contender.
Big Green Bay.
They
Exactly.
beat the Chargers. They just beat the Vikings in fucking. I'm sorry, they beat the
Packers.
Packers in Green Bay. They're definitely contenders. They're getting hot right.
Making fucking field goals. It's great.
The Saints. And that's rounding off. the
Oh my
wild
God,
card.
pretenders! How
Pretenders
are they
right
winning
now.
games?
What the fuck?
Saints are
Pretenders.
5-5.
Pretenders. It doesn't matter.
I know.
They have the
Pretenders.
tiebreaker over.
They have the
next two
tiebreaker
teams.
over
I'll tell them. I'll
Seven.
tell you. Over the next 2 teams.
They're still pretenders.
Well, tiebreaker. You have the worst record. Fuck the tiebreaker. Don't mean shit. So
They don't have a quarterback. They're pretenders.
Okay. So the next team outside looking in is my team, the Niners.
contender.
Contenders.
Yes,
Pretenders.
We're getting healthy at the right time.
that's why I
Right
think they're
in the middle.
contenders. They can.
Well,
Right.
Mike, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm still going pretender for the time being. But if they can continue to be a balanced attack like they were this past Sunday, then I might switch that. Yeah, because
absolutely.
If you can be balanced and you can run the ball, then Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have to try and do everything because he's not a good quarterback. But if he doesn't have to do everything, he can be decent. I mean, he was efficient this past Sunday. So
facts.
I'm gonna agree with DJ.
They also played Jacksonville. Everybody looks great against Jacksonville.
Well,
right.
Okay,
and we didn't get cooperation,
East.
Nori. That was the problem. If we would have got cooperation for Urban Meyer, then that wouldn't have been an issue. But we didn't get
remember,
that.
We'll talk about that later. I know. Yeah.
So, I mean, we beat the Rams. We didn't skip by them. Like we beat them.
No, you did convincingly. I agree.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that's where it's a little tricky. So how about the Eagles after us?
Based on their schedule, contender.
Contenders.
Yeah, I say contender.
Yeah,
I hate fucking saying it. I just
goes
open my
to
mouth a
the
little bit, but fucking, they're contenders. Yeah.
Okay. So
Now, going back to San Fran, just real quick.
Yeah.
You have to consider Deebo Samuel is putting up Jerry Rice level numbers right now. Like
It's nuts.
That's scary
He is
good.
a legitimate threat.
Facts.
Yeah.
And if you get that balanced offense, like DJ was saying, how much more does that open up for Debo? Like you have your other receiver, I can't even remember his name.
Brandon Ayuk?
Yeah, you have Ayuk there. He's a young gun. Like you
got
have
Kittle.
weapons there. You have Kittle. You have a legit tight end that's like an all-down threat. Like he catches, he runs. Like you have the pieces there outside of Garoppolo.
Just imagine if we had the money to pick up OBJ. Not to say that he was the best option to pick, but
Right.
considering that he would open up he would take away from Debo's pressure. Now you got two legitimate threats on top of Kittle, on top of Juszczyk. So, DJ hit the nail on the head. If Jimmy doesn't have to do the work like what we did 2 years ago in Green Bay,
Exactly.
we can take it. So
And also, like, keep in mind, like, the Rams lost their actual number 2 receiver. Like, the Rams lost Woods, like, last, 2 weeks ago? Last week?
It was 2 weeks
and
ago.
they lost the
2
division.
weeks ago.
Fucking
Yeah.
fantasy team. That's why I only got 56 points in my fantasy, but I still won. So.
So after us will be we said the Eagles are contenders based on
Contenders
the
because of the schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
Because of the schedule, yes.
Is Carolina.
Pretenders.
Pretender, but potentially a spoiler.
They're the spoiler team this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Thanks to
still have
Cam
the
Newton.
Bucks twice in the last 3 weeks of the season.
Now, as much as I don't want to go through the next teams, they are still technically playoff potential.
Yes.
Washington is after them.
Contenders right now.
Yeah.
The way they're playing. Yeah.
I mean, it's NFC East. Like, they're literally all contenders. How bad?
You know what? I won't argue with that. I won't.
I mean, Washington's schedule.
I mean,
Seattle, Vegas, teams that we all would consider pretenders.
Yep.
Still have Dallas twice, have the Eagles twice, and they finish against the Giants. Washington has a shot.
So they could beat each other up. That's perfect. That's perfect.
and we're
So-
going to. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
So-
all going to be close game closer games.
I can see that. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the last time Washington and Dallas had a blowout game. I mean, it was always close. It doesn't matter what the fucking records are.
So the next one I'm going to say is a pretender is the Falcons.
Pretender.
Oh, are you
Oh my
serious,
God.
Mike? Of course they are. What the fuck?
If there's something worse than Pretender, I would put him in that category. Holy shit.
Sure.
You
Holy
sound
shit.
like Captain Obvious from those Hotels.com commercials.
I know, right? So there you go. So the next one after is the Falcons is the Giants, actually.
Oh, well, now that Jason Garrett's gone.
Jason Garrett's gone. Now they're contenders.
They're
now they're
spoilers.
contenders, yeah.
Potentially contender, but definitely a spoiler if the offense changes. Now, that said, if you get more tackle-eligible fat guy dances in the end zone, they're definitely contenders because that was pretty
Facts,
cool.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say one thing. Our offense was so inept. Not the players, but Jason Garrett. Our number one first-round pick, Kadarius Toney, has 0 touchdowns. Our offensive lineman, Andrew Thomas, has a receiving touchdown. That's why he fired.
That's
It was
changing. And
literally-
you guys are all getting healthy at the right time. So, yeah.
Straight
I was
one back.
literally
Last
going to
last
bring
week.
that up because it's not just Kadarius Toney. Your $72 million man, Kenny Galladay, has no
Galladay?
chance.
Yes, Galladay.
$1 million.
But you got an offensive tackle that has 1 touchdown.
That's right.
Looking at the schedule, Nori, you think they can run the table? The 3 potential hardest games on the schedule are Miami, Chargers, Cowboys.
On paper,
Miami
for
Chargers.
what I saw in the preseason, from what we drafted, from our defense is supposed to be, on paper, I don't think there's anybody we can't beat. That's why it's frustrating to be a Giants fan. It's not like you're a Lions fan, like, okay, well, they need help on old Chicago. Oh, they suck on both sides of the ball. No, we're not supposed to. So get the coaching together, figure your shit out, and show us like the players that we have. Or if we have different coaching and they still can't get it done, at least we know we need a clean house.
And funny part is, this is the only 3-17 we can talk about like this because
The only one,
The other two,
it's maddening.
are funny.
It's maddening.
yeah,
So the one after Chicago, I'm sorry, the one after the Giants is Chicago,
pretend.
Oh God, no.
Tender. Of their coach, who needs to be fired.
and this one is music to my ears. At 15,
My goodness.
the Seattle Seahawks.
I knew it.
If you can't win with Russell Wilson, you're a
Please
pretender.
trade.
No.
Please trade Russell Wilson. Get him out of there. Please
Get him
trade.
out of there.
He's
Let
not
him
even
go.
healthy. Just forget it. Run with Geno
All your
Smith. Get
season,
Russell Wilson
yeah.
healthy. I mean,
Just throw in the towel, man.
All your season, play for your draft picks. You were what I said at the very beginning of the season. Seattle's going to be last in our division, and they're on.
Yeah,
on
but
the path
we
for
thought
that.
their defense would be bad, not Russell Wilson
not
would get
the
hurt,
offense.
and then come back and play horrible, then get shut out, which has never happened in his career. Like, nobody saw that coming. That
Oh,
was
I mean,
wrong.
believe me, I don't wish any injury on any guy, ever. I like Russell as much as I don't like the team. I like Russell. I love how he plays. But at the end of the day, fuck Seattle, bro. They can stay down there. Shit. You know?
So much love.
Yeah.
let me guess. You really would love for them to hire Jason Garrett as offensive coordinator of Seattle Seahawks.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, bro.
Motherfucker. Russell Wilson will be healthy, and they'll still have a losing record if they
I'll
hire
tell you
him.
right now,
God.
Jason Garrett went to Seattle and they were putting up 50 points a game. Some Giants fan will murder him. Straight up stab him to death in the parking lot. I'm telling you right now.
No. Giants and Dallas fans will collide. Combine powers and fucking murder him. Like, how the fuck?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Put our differences
Beat him
aside.
to death
Yes.
with a rusty spoon.
Exactly, just for
Yeah.
that. And then we'll go back to hating each other after that. Yeah.
Rusty spoon and the rusted nails. Like, nah, you're gonna die slowly, bitch.
We don't need disclaimers. We don't condone murder on the show because we do. Sometimes we do. We love our teams, okay? So yes, we do. We do condone murder.
All
Right.
is fair in love and football. Damn it.
That's-
All right.
that's fact.
the way
And
it
it's
is.
shit talking. Doesn't mean it's actually going to happen, guys. Come on.
There you go, guys. There's my little surprise.
Was that the disclaimer?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a disclaimer.
Mike-
I don't need anyone suing us. That's a threat. Terrorist threat. They're terrorists and sports minorities. No.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, Mike, I got to give you credit. That was good.
That was
To compliment you offense, you might want to fucking clip that.
Yeah, Mike, you're never funny. Whenever you are, clip it.
I'm already ahead of y'all. I got this.
He's already
Okay.
He's already pressed on Twitter a few times.
we can kind of expand that a little bit. College football playoff right now is Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, and Cincinnati. Michigan's the first team out. Who is your top four when all's said and done in 2 weeks?
I just want Cincy to win it all.
I'm just curious. Who do you think the playoff's going to be? We're 2 weeks away from the final standings. If anybody wants to guess.
I don't give a shit. Cincinnati's taking it, bro. Bearcats, bro.
I just want Georgia to beat Bama in the SEC championship, so Bama
No,
can't
I
get it.
want Georgia to beat Bama in the playoff game before the championship.
No, the
You know what?
SEC champion. They're going to
Oh,
play
the
them in the
SEC,
SEC
yeah.
championship.
Yeah.
If they beat Bama
hope
in that
Georgia
game,
wins that game.
there's no way Bama
You know
gets
what?
it.
No, fuck all the bullshit. JC personally wants the UTSA Roadrunners to win the
Jeez.
national championship, bro. Let's
Well-
let's call a spade on this one.
They're undefeated.
Here's all I'll say. First of all, I know Chicken Wing, you were at the game, and thank you for going and supporting.
Yeah, it was.
That
Okay.
and there were 2 games on the UTSA schedule I circled that said these are the games we have to be. I said the goal this year is to win the conference championship, but these 2 games we have to have. The first was Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky
Never
really-
beaten them in the history of the school. The second was UAB. Have won, I think, 2 of the last 3 conference championships and the defending conference champions. And we hadn't beaten them since they restarted the program. We had to have that game. And I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was going to be close. And everyone, and all these voters, all these CFP committee people, yes, the 13 people that don't know a fucking thing about football are deciding who gets to play for the national championship, which is why I say I really do miss the BCS, because at least you got some computers in there, right? My thing is, like, with something like that, these teams play each other every year. There's a lot of emotion in football, and I don't think the committee takes that into account. That game was tough to watch on my phone while I'm sitting there Saturday at my daughter's fundraiser tournament, which, by the way, every team that came out for that at Southwest Pony League, for the Valkyrie tournament. Thank you so much. We raised a whole ton of money. It was a great tournament, both on the softball and the baseball side. A lot of games were exciting to watch. The championship of one division actually went to an extra inning, and that was crazy. So, but thank you for that. But yeah, I'm watching on my phone, and I'm just, wow. Thank God for ESPN Plus, right? And it's hell of a game. I knew it was going to be tough, but UAB went up early, and I was like, runners can fight back. Runners can fight back. And here's the crazy part. A friend of the family, I've known for a long time, he's a friend of my dad's. He went to the game, and when UTSA had turned it over on downs with 2 minutes left, turned the ball over to UAB, he left, along with a whole bunch of other people I found out.
Yep, I saw that.
And he texted, my dad said, UTSA sucks. Because he went to see them possibly win. Runners use their last 2 timeouts, get the ball back with a minute left, and Sub-Zero Frank Harris, wow, leads the drive with the clock ticking down, 3 seconds left on a tip pass. I never get tired of watching those TikToks of the crowd reaction. It was insane. And
Speaking of crowd reactions,
yeah.
I have a special guest who wants to describe her first football game.
Okay.
Oh, bet.
Hi guys.
Hi, Savannah.
Well, look who it is.
Hey, Savannah.
Going to my first game, it was kind of intense because it was kind of hard to understand what was going on. But as the game went on and as everyone was going crazy, it became easier to grasp what was happening and then freak out while everyone else would freak out.
Yeah, I get that.
So you're telling me your dad has not taught you a thing about football all these years, and you got it from just going to a game?
Yeah,
Right.
basically.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't know much about football anyway, so we deal with that all the time. So we get it. We get it.
Savannah, how was it overall?
It was a good experience. I asked him why he hadn't taken me one earlier. That's you. That's you. You could have taken me.
Dude's a failure.
Yeah, you could have taken me.
Well,
Father
Savannah, let me
figure.
surprise you with something here while we're on the podcast right now. Your godmother, Tina, and I have always had a long tradition with her nieces and nephews of either the junior, senior, or college. We will take them to a Longhorn football game. And I know you got to experience the Roadrunners, but when you get junior, senior, college, junior, senior, and high school, I should say, we've taken all her nieces and nephews to a Longhorn football game, which is this year. Thank God we're not doing it this year because they're not playing.
I was going to say, for what?
I was like,
But-
you sure you want
Yeah, but by the time you're a junior or senior in high school, hopefully they're playing a lot better. We will find a weekend and we will take you to see a game in Austin because it is an experience like no other. Seeing that
They will
So,
be part of the SEC. by then.
Ooh.
They will be. Yes. Hopefully
Oh,
it's
he's
on.
actually going to take me to a game.
Yes, I am.
Mhm.
And if I had known you were interested in going to the Runners games before, I would have definitely tried to take you to one because.
Yeah, I was forced to.
Are you glad you went though?
Yeah.
Okay. Picked a hell of a
Yeah.
game to go to, girl. Let me tell you. So.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, back to the who we're picking for the top 25. I'd really like to see Notre Dame get into the top 4. But again, an independent, so
It could happen, honestly.
man, it could. And they're number 6 right now. They're dropping basically, like you said, the outside looking in. And like,
Yeah.
Yep,
but
for sure.
I mean, if someone slips up, or if Bama
I mean,
loses,
who could slip up? You would think if Georgia beats Bama, Bama's out.
Bama's
Have to
out.
be.
Michigan
Have to be.
bumps
Mich-
in, but if Michigan loses their game, then
Michigan technically, I mean, think about it. Michigan has 2 more chances to lose because they still have the Michigan game and the Big Ten championship, right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a chance. I mean,
So
That'd be
I think-
Bama's second loss if they lose again, right? Second
Yes.
loss,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
and
there'd be
if the
second
2
loss
loss
and they're
Alabama
out.
gets in, there's
Right,
a
that's
fucking
right.
conspiracy.
There's
Kiss my
yeah,
ass.
For sure.
It's hell to pay if Bama loses and they get in. Like
Yeah.
They
that's
get it, bro.
Like no,
Bro, there'd be like Twitter's gonna blow up. That's all I'm gonna say.
The chips are falling into place for Cincinnati to get in there. No excuses.
That's what I'm-
They went
that's
out,
what
they're
I'm
in.
saying, bro.
You know.
yeah. As long as they went out, yeah, I
Mhm.
can definitely see them getting in.
So, curious question: Do you think this week's game between UTSA and North Texas does it matter?
Yes, it matters.
It matters.
Okay.
Have you ever dealt with North Texas fans?
Yes, I have. I'm just saying.
They're like Cowboy fans.
Okay,
I don't want to get that far, but they can be assholes when they win. I'm just gonna say
I'm
that.
talking about like position-wise when it comes to a bowl. Okay, because
that definitely helps.
It helps, yeah.
It's a big difference.
They definitely move up, like at least.
At the end of the day, they want they want a perfect season. I totally get that.
Yeah, at this point, you better go in with a perfect season. Like, okay, yes, you beat UAB. Yes, you clinched the Wedge division, and I know they're celebrating, but I'm gonna say this to the Roadrunners: that is not the trophy you want.
Facts.
Put the fucking West Division trophy down. It looks nice. Put it away. Get your mind right. Go up to Denton. Beat the snot out of North Texas.
Facts.
Because whoever wins Marshall and Western Kentucky this weekend is coming to the Alamo Dome on December 3rd. And you know if it's Western Kentucky, they want some revenge. Marshall, I think the Runners have beaten Marshall once. And it was 9-7 in the Dome. I think I remember that. I had season tickets to that game. But still, Marshall is Marshall. It's a legendary program. Get your mind right. Like, the goal has been the conference championship. Win out, let the bowl thing fall into place. Do I think they're in a New Year's Six bowl? No, because the way they set the thing up, they only take one group of 5, whatever they call team, which will be Cincinnati. And that's just the way they set this up. So I would love for them to be in a higher profile bowl, but unfortunately, even if they went out, I think the Frisco Bowl or some shit like that is like some crap, you know. But if they were to get an invite to a New Year's Six bowl, they need to go undefeated and show people, hey, invite us.
Facts. Okay.
This fan base travels, they tailgate, they go crazy. But 210 triangle of toughness, get your mind right. That game's over. Beat North Texas. The conference championship is the goal right now. So, and
I think one of the cool things about UTSA is that the quarterback's already committed to come back next year.
Yes, he's already committed.
So he's already committed to come back. So like your foundation for next year is already being set. So
I think Sincere McCormick does not have any eligibility left though, unfortunately. So he's out. He's leading the nation in rushing too. He's a powerhouse.
He's been a big boy. He's a big boy.
Final thing I'll say is to all those fans that left with 2 minutes left,
stay out.
Yeah,
get the rest of us tickets.
You're non-believers.
Stay home.
When you have timeouts and there's time on the clock, you always have a chance. In baseball, if you have outs, you always have a chance.
In football, it's 1 second.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Ever give up on your team. If you're a real fan, you don't ever give up like that. So, and you missed out on getting to be on the field after the game because that is a great tradition the Runners have. After the last home game, the fans can come out in the field, take pictures, enjoy the scene in the Alamo Dome, and I really hope that continues so much. So.
Unless you're a Lions fan, if you want to give up, I understand.
Yeah, we understand, Lions fans. We really understand.
We get it, Detroit. We hear you.
We understand.
Yeah, don't listen to JC's, don't listen to JC's craziness here. If you're a Lions fan, don't have hope. Just leave it the third quarter. It'll hurt less.
Just
save you the traffic, bro.
It'll save you the heartache.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they've had how many games lost now by field goal? That we're tied or leading? Like, bro.
Birds up, go Runners go, and let's do it. So,
picks.
All right, week 12 predictions, bye week. Yes, there actually is a bye week for Thanksgiving week. Kansas City and Arizona, arguably the best bye week to have in the season because you actually get to spend Thanksgiving with your family, right? So, congrats to those teams.
There's that Super Bowl there. It's kind of interesting.
That is true. That could potentially be the Super Bowl. They got the same bye week, right?
Shut your whore mouth.
Our order this week.
It's a rematch, bitch. It's a fucking rematch. Fuck you.
Our order this week is a Chicken Wing, JC, Nori, DJ, and Rob.
Copy pasta.
First, bro.
Yep. Well, let's start with the Thanksgiving Thursday games. Detroit, a little bit of trivia, have the record for the most wins and the most losses on Thanksgiving.
That's impressive.
It is impressive, isn't it? We've been playing on Thanksgiving since the 30s, so it kind of makes sense, right?
Hey, speaking of stats, you know Daniel Jones 0-8 in primetime games? Not throwing it out there or nothing. Just saying.
Wow.
Hey, you know how many Daniel Jones and Garoppolo have the same amount of Super Bowl rings?
Fuck yeah, bro. That's fucking hot, bro.
All right. Chicken Wings, starting with you. Is this the week Detroit at home on Thanksgiving gets their first win of the season?
I sure hope so.
In the morning.
Yeah.
I sure hope so too, but it ain't. I mean, I'm definitely rolling Chicago on this one. I'm just wanting them. Now, let me back up, because if Detroit does win, my question to you guys is, will they fire Nagy right there?
Yes.
They're allegedly going to fire him after Thanksgiving, from what I heard. No matter what.
He's playing PR and say that's that no one's talked about that, but I think that's
of course he's going to play PR. You know.
Of course he is.
Yeah,
But
what's the I'm getting fired?
I'm
like, would that
Oh
be,
yeah, I'm getting fired. Yeah, I'm going to say that.
Would that be the nail in the coffin for Nagy at that point?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
hell
wasn't
Yes.
the loss last week the nail in the coffin? Because like,
I think win or lose this week, he's gone after the holidays.
I mean, if anything, Jason Garrett getting fired was like, all right, there's one. Who's
There's
next?
one. You're
So
right.
win or lose on Thanksgiving, they're going to Black Friday, literally on Black Friday, fire Mike Nagy.
Sure.
I think
I
it's the
think-
week for Black Monday, but yeah, you're right.
I think if he, well, I'm still going Chicago, but I think if he wins, he keeps his job for another week. I personally think that.
Okay. I'm going with Chicago too. I know they're both bad right now, but until I see Detroit actually win, and I would love for this game to be a tie though, so Detroit gets a full win on the season.
Holy
right?
shit!
But I'm going Chicago. Nori?
I'm going to go with Chicago, even though we own the number one pick and I want them to lose. Detroit isn't. They haven't beat anybody yet, so no thanks.
Okay. DJ?
Chicago. Detroit hasn't won a game yet, but let's just go back to that tie for a second.
What?
If they tie, does Nagy definitely get fired for
He done.
not being able to
He done.
beat the Lions?
That's still a loss, bro. That's
Although we
still a
could
loss.
argue, hey, my
That's
team's
not
on the same level as the Steelers. We've all tied the Lions, right? So
Nah,
There you go.
That's still a loss.
Yeah,
right.
I'm going Chicago and Nagy's fired.
You tie
All
the
right.
Lions, this should be 2 losses. I agree with DJ.
right, Rob.
See?
I'm definitely
Yes.
taking Chicago. I can't
Nori.
pick anything out of Detroit that's any good. No.
Okay.
They should hire Jason Garrett as offensive coordinator.
No,
It
that's
might
for
be
Seattle.
better. It might be
Dude,
better.
I mean, that might improve them.
Every
Yeah,
every
do that.
team is gonna hope that their like best division team is picking whoever Jason Garrett is offensive coordinator.
Jason
That's-
Garrett's
yeah.
like,
But that's why I want that to go to Seattle. Let me have this, please.
Oh please, let me have Bill O'Brien coaching the Texans and Jason Garrett as the offensive coordinator.
Yes.
All right.
What do you want?
my.
What Texas fans doing meth? What's wrong with you? Man?
You wa-
All right. After you've had your Thanksgiving lunch and after you've had your nap, you can wake up and watch the Raiders at the Cowboys. I'm sure a lot of people here are going to have their squares for this game because that seems to be a Thanksgiving tradition. DJ, it's your Dallas team. They just lost to the Chiefs. What do you got for them on Thanksgiving here?
Bitch last week with the derp number 1 in points. Stupid bitch. Now you're number 1 in losses. Shut up.
Anyway, go ahead, DJ.
Picking Dallas, but I'm actually going to showcase more of why the Raiders will lose the game versus the Cowboys winning it. Oh, no, the Raiders are in shambles, but let's be more specific about it. So after their bye week, they've lost 3 straight games. They lost to the Giants, they lost to the Chiefs, they lost to the Bengals. They're outscored 96-43 in those games. They're only converting 36% of their third downs, which is 24th in the league. Cowboys defense only allows 32% conversion rate on third down. That's already not boding well for the Raiders. Plus, the Raiders don't score touchdowns in the red zone consistently. And regardless of the Cowboys' loss, I'll speak objectively. I mean, Kansas City had a defensive game plan going against Dallas to shut down the offense, and they did it. Hats off. No excuses. It happened. It doesn't take away from the fact that the Cowboys are still one of the most explosive offenses in the league. And as a Raiders team, you can't go into this game and not convert in the red zone and not put points on the board. With that, the Raiders will lose this game.
All right. Chickawee?
Dallas, and not because I hate DJ or nothing, but he pretty much hit the nail on the head. They're gonna show why they're just gonna win more than the Raiders deserve to win.
All right. I said it last week, that the Dallas Cowboys would beat an AFC West team, but it wouldn't be until they played the Raiders. And yeah, they lost to the Chiefs. They're playing the Raiders on Thanksgiving. You said it. They've lost 3 in a row since the bye week. So I got Dallas winning here. Nori?
I feel bad for Raiders because like I said, they've gone through a lot. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was only 3-4 weeks ago they were number 1 in their division. Now they probably won't make the playoffs. It sucks. Dallas is really, really good at losing and then finding a shitty team to beat on them. So I think they're gonna Falcons them. So I think the Raiders are gonna win this one. I'm sorry. I think Dallas is gonna win this one.
Okay. And Rob?
I've got Dallas. I would love to cheer on Las Vegas just because it's Vegas, but they've got nothing offensively or coach for that matter. With like a whole season worth of experience. Like they
have
right
offense,
now,
they're not using it right. It sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
It is what it is, man. So,
they have Waller, they have Jacobs. I mean,
doesn't Josh Jacobs still play for the Raiders? Because I don't really hear his name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they got weapons. They still have.
Waller. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they got a squad.
They're just not using them right. So that's
no.
Well, like I said earlier, they don't have direction. I think when we said they were pretenders, that was my thing. They just don't have direction.
Yeah,
they don't. It's true.
So, okay.
All right, Chicken Wing. The night game on Thursday: Buffalo at New Orleans. Who you got?
That's Buffalo. New Orleans doesn't have a quarterback. I don't believe in them.
Is this one of those games where we can ask, is anybody going to pick New Orleans?
No.
No?
This is one of those games.
All right. I'm going to say Buffalo right now. Just, I know they don't do well against good teams, but they do well against bad teams. So I'm going to go with Buffalo right now. Nori?
I'm with you, yeah. Buffalo. Buffalo the Saints have been kind of keeping it close with every team. Mm-hmm. But I think Buffalo is not going to lose 4 in a row and sure as fuck won't beat to the Saints.
Okay. DJ?
Yeah, definitely going Buffalo. I mean, it was tough to pick it just because, Buffalo came off a loss. The Saints came off a loss, and I was like, I don't really know which team is worse at this point. But I still say the Saints are a bit worse because, as we've said multiple times, they don't have a quarterback. Even if it wasn't Trevor Siemian, they don't have a quarterback.
I'm sorry, DJ, but can you imagine if the Bills lose 4 in a row? Like,
I can't imagine. Holy shit.
That'd be insane.
All right. And Rob?
I hate New Orleans. I'm picking Buffalo.
Yeah, they don't have a quarterback.
Should be excited then. Gosh.
You should be happy, bro.
Yeah.
I know, but Buffalo's playing trash, dude. Like, I can't rely on Buffalo to show up and actually do something. Like,
I can't.
I get that.
They lost to Urban Meyer's Jacksonville team. Like,
and let's not forget 9-6. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Never forget.
All right, on to Sunday. After rivalry week in college football, we go to Sunday. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati to open the early slate. Chicken Wing, who you got?
Cindy's running away with that one. I'm sorry, not Cindy. Cincy is running away with that
I don't
one.
know what the fucking Cindy is.
I don't know who she is either, but
My
yes.
sister-in-law, shut up.
Sister-in-law.
I'm with you
Hold
on that. The Bengals.
okay.
We said
Hold
they
up, better
could-
question. Is this not unanimous? Is anybody actually picking Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
We all
wait,
We
said,
should be able to move on
what-
from this
what?
because, the Pittsburgh can win, but I don't see why this wouldn't be unanimous.
Yeah.
Since he
Bet that?
is, yeah.
Roethlisberger real quick.
I still wouldn't pick. You can, but I still wouldn't pick.
Didn't Roethlisberger play last week and they still lost? So.
Yeah, he played last week.
Oh, well, Cincy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Well, Rob, you get to go first on this next one. Again, this one's going to be a tough one. Tampa at Indianapolis.
It's gonna be a game. This is gonna
Yes,
be a game.
This is going to be a good game.
Hell yes.
Rob, what you got?
This game I really wish was on Thanksgiving. Like, I honestly wish this was the Thanksgiving game.
I wish this was a night game, personally. That's me.
Fuck yeah. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. And, I'm not excited that Carson Wentz is on the Indy side. Like, I want to see an explosive offense, but just getting to watch Jonathan Taylor go against the weak Tampa Bay defense, it's going to be a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going to be a shootout.
Okay. Chickaway? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, good.
Okay.
No, I'm still gonna go with Tampa Bay. Not knocking Indy because Nori's been hitting it on the head. He's been saying it all week. He's been mad about it a couple times too. But Indy's playing hot. And I think what really picked up the confidence, and I hate to use this as an example, is when they beat the dog shit out of us at San Francisco. Right? I'm sorry, at Santa Clara.
Yeah, that was
really started.
That was good stuff. It was a good game.
By the way,
go ahead.
Like I said, I love my Bucks, but I'm going Indy on this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
And
Okay.
here's my reasoning. Like, Tampa Bay has been scoring, but they haven't been scoring in away games. They've been scoring at home, 4 or 5 plus touchdowns, but during their away games, they usually only average about 2 to 2.5 touchdowns.
Oh, so they have the Seattle
Interesting.
effect. I see.
So, like I said, I am going Indy on this pick.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
gonna go Tampa Bay. I still believe that they'll edge it out. I don't think it'll be like a shoot, almost like not a shootout, like a
shootout?
like a slugfest. No, I'm sorry. I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word.
Slugfest would be.
Slugfest is basically a shootout. Like they're gonna score points on each other, but I don't think it's gonna be a runaway game that Tampa Bay is gonna take. So I think Indy's gonna keep pace with them, and it's just gonna be honestly better experience and better coaching that's gonna win this game.
As hot as Indy is, I've got Tampa as my pick right now. This one for me was literally a coin flip. It feels like you can go either way with this, but
There's no wrong pick with this team.
no,
There really isn't.
These are some of the hottest teams.
Except after Sunday, there will be a wrong.
Yes,
pick.
there will be.
There will be.
Yes.
Unless it's a tie, then everyone is wrong.
Yeah. But I'm going with Tampa. That's saying if Indy wins this one, man, people aren't going to be sleeping on him anymore for sure.
Facts.
Nori.
I got Indy. I don't know what the Bucks are going to do to stop Jonathan Taylor the way he's playing football right now, and it's just that simple. I got Indy. I think this is pretty convincing too because the Tampa looks off all year.
Yeah.
Not all year, I shouldn't say, but they look off. And
Just recently,
they took a chance. Listen, they beat up a Giants team with a shitty offensive coordinator. Good stuff, good win. But anybody else getting their shit together, like they're doing well. So.
I mean, also look at like Tampa's recent passing offense. Like some of those throws have been really suspect. Like,
Something's off. We were talking about it at the bar. Yeah, something's off.
Yeah, so something is definitely wrong with the Tampa offense, whether it's just them playing away or whatever. But
Yeah,
something is
sure.
definitely off. Like
for sure.
Brady throwing 2 interceptions in the first quarter last week. Like
2 weeks ago? Yeah.
Yeah, like week 10. That said something to me. I'm like, I'm kind of.
Any reservations ahead of Indy being a real team? They just beat the brakes off Buffalo, so they've earned.
I just hope they don't play like I'm sorry. I just hope they don't have the Tennessee effect. They play to their opponent, because if that goes down the line, look at the rest of their schedule.
I mean, they haven't done that though. They haven't done that.
They haven't, but I just hope they don't start developing that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but how do you develop that playing against Tampa Bay? You're playing against the defending Super Bowl champs. Like,
That's it. The Bucks can beat anybody in the league, and I won't be surprised if the Bucks win. But I personally feel that it'll be where the fuck I picked the Colts.
those guys, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. There you
And DJ, your pick.
Going with the Indianapolis Tailors for sure to win this game.
Steelers, yes.
Facts.
So Jonathan Taylor, 185 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5.8 yards a clip last week. And what is the way that you beat Tom Brady? It's real simple. You keep the ball away from him. And that's what the Colts will be able to do because they'll be running the ball so well. And you make sure that Carson Wentz doesn't have to do too much. I mean, he completed 11 passes, and it didn't matter. He had a touchdown, 106 passing yards, and they won the game. And not only that, the Colts defense got 4 takeaways against the Bills. Let's not sleep on that. Well, with all that said, I feel like the Colts will pull this game out, and they'll quote unquote take the upset based on the the Vegas spread. So
Okay.
Crazy.
Before we get to the next game, I know you guys were put in the Discord chat, so I looked it up to kind of confirm here. So week 13, the Broncos and Chiefs have been flexed to Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what's happened here. Week 15, they finally announced what the Saturday doubleheader is going to be, and it's going to be Raiders versus Browns and Patriots versus Colts. That's December
Patriots
18th.
Colts. That's gonna be good
That's
shit.
gonna be the night game too.
The Browns.
Night
Yep.
game.
Night game on NFL Network. Both of the Saturday doubleheader on December 18th will be on NFL Network. So those are looking good. Also, I meant to mention this after Thanksgiving, the games we talked about them, a little trivia for y'all. Do you know there's one team in the league that has never played on Thanksgiving? Can you guess who it is?
Carolina.
No, they have actually played.
The London Jaguars.
The Jaguars. Yeah, the Jaguars have never played on Thanksgiving Day. And there are
Really?
2 teams that have
Wow.
never won a game on Thanksgiving, besides the Jaguars, obviously.
Really?
Can you guess?
Teams that have never won.
Yeah.
The Niners.
Something saying the Browns for me.
No.
Damn, it wasn't the Niners. I was really hoping it was.
No, it's not.
Fucking hate it.
It's the
Bucs,
Bengals and
Oh,
the
shit.
Bucks have
Yes.
never won on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Fuck you, Rob. Fuck you. Yeah. Talking shit now. Shut up, Hov.
All right.
That's
All right.
karma.
Back to week 12. This one's intriguing now. Carolina at Miami. 2 teams that we've said could potentially play spoiler in their respective conferences here. Carolina is actually favored by 1.5 on the road. Chicken Wing, who you got here?
Yes, we can, bro. That's who I got. All right. Yes.
So now you're a Cam Newton fan again, huh?
I didn't say
Son
that.
of a
Bitch.
motherfucker.
All right? I swear.
You're a fucking
You're
Cam Newton
typical.
fan again.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's just the revival. Him, Christian McCaffrey. You know, that's the 2 important pieces of that offense. And then it's just gonna be more than enough to handle and deal with Miami's defense. Honestly, that's why I picked it.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going with Miami at home. The way they've been playing is just impressive. Tua is slinging it. He's playing like the guy that played at Alabama. So I like Miami in this one. Nothing against Cam, but yeah, he looked great that first game, but it's got a couple or a loss or 2 in there since then. So, but I'm going with Miami the way they're playing right now. They're a hot and dangerous team. So, Nori.
They beat the Ravens. They beat the Jets. Granted, they would have got destroyed if Mike White were there, but he wasn't. So they got lucky. They played fucking Flacco, and who plays like he's fucking flaccid. So yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
If Carolina, I don't know. Carolina struggled against Washington. I don't see them beating Miami, so I'm gonna go Miami.
That's the
All right.
second coming, bro. We don't have to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, DJ.
I'm gonna go Carolina. So even with the loss the Panthers had, Cam Newton was efficient. He was 21 to 27, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't turn the ball over once, and Christian McCaffrey did what he normally does. I mean, 119 all-purpose yards, and he scored a touchdown too. So I think that'll be enough to beat Miami.
Okay, Rob.
I'm gonna go with.
The games are hard this week.
They are.
These
really
are some really hard picks.
Yeah, especially if you.
I'm gonna go with the hot hand at home. I'm gonna go with Miami right now. Carolina is coming off a loss, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami. Yeah.
All right. On to Titans at Patriots. Obviously, I'm picking this one first, and I said it when we were talking about the Titans earlier. They play the level of their opponents, and I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. I know New England's favored by 6 at home, but unless there's snow in the forecast, and I'm probably going to check the weather forecast Saturday or Sunday before this game, I'm going with Tennessee to get a win and Vrabel to beat Belichick again. So Vrabel does pretty good against rookie quarterbacks as well, as much as Belichick does too. So I'm going with Titans on the road in New England. Chicken Wing, what do you got?
The system works, bro. New England is taking this one. They're gonna make you eat a second loss, bro. That's gonna happen right there.
All right, Nori.
Yeah, the Patriots deserve to suffer for all eternity because they're Boston sports, and it's bullshit that they go right from Brady to fucking Mac Jones. It's bullshit. So yeah, Mac Jones is playing out of his mind. He's playing like a rookie of the year right now. He might take it from Jamar Chase at this rate. I don't
Defense
see.
is playing hot too.
I don't.
Remember
Yeah,
that.
the defense is.
Cincy's
The defense
hot.
was always good, but now the offense is finally catch up. That's the scary part. And the thing is, we wanted consistency, and they've been consistent. So, these are two hot teams, but the Titans, like, I don't know what's up with them. They're good, but I kind of feel like the Patriots will win here just because it's not more the Titans losing 2 or 3 in a row. It's more that they're just running into a buzzsaw right now.
Okay. DJ?
They're a different team without Derrick Henry. I mean,
Oh, they definitely are.
Oh, for sure.
So
yeah.
You better call Marshawn Lynch.
that
Dude, just go put Skittles on the field and you're good to go. Come right
Hey.
here.
I don't care
Be
about
there.
his antics. I don't care how much he gets fined. I'm sure Titans fans will start GoFundMes to pay all his fines for him grabbing his crotch on the way to the end zone.
Facts, bro.
But if he
Sure they
runs like
will,
he ran in
bro.
Seattle, by all means, sign the dude.
I'd pay them myself. He's entertaining. I love Marshawn
Oh, he's
Lynch.
great.
That wasn't even
Sure.
I'm just saying, you're running out of backs in the league. So
I
go get
want him on
somebody.
Manning Cast every week. I don't care how much he cusses. Pay the FCC fines. Fuck it, man. Let's go. Yeah. All right, DJ.
Going New England. They've won 5 straight, and they haven't just won 5 straight. They've won it very, very consistently. And you got the Jets they destroyed. They beat the Chargers at home, and the reality is it's a home game for any team that's not the Chargers because they don't have a home stadium. But they went to Carolina, beat the Panthers, beat the brakes off the Browns, and then finished off what was left of the Falcons after we trashed them 25-0. So you've got those 5 straight wins there. Their offense is clicking. The defense is clicking. Tennessee barely squeaked by the Saints and, lost to the Texans. And, they're not beating the Pats in Foxborough.
You know
Okay.
what? You brought up a good point, DJ. I just realized Atlanta got their asses beat. They got outscored 68-3 the last 2 games. Holy fuck, bro! Holy shit! I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Matt Ryan looks old.
Yeah.
All right, and Rob.
Oh, I'm definitely taking New England. Just taking a look at some of their losses. They only lost to Tampa Bay by 2 points. They only lost to Dallas by a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Miami by 1 point. So, like, we literally could be seeing an 8, what is it? Like a
9-1 team, maybe?
9-1 team right now.
9-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they actually should have beat Tampa Bay by
Or 10-1 actually, because they played 11
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
That was the 11 games. So we could be looking at a 10-1 team right now. If, like, rookie things hadn't happened in those first few games.
Facts.
So
Growing pains. He's gotten out of it.
growing,
Yep.
but he's grown out of it, and he's showing that he can put up numbers. So.
Yes, he can.
All right, on to a game that got so much more intriguing after Jason Garrett was put on the unemployment line. Philadelphia at the New York Giants. Nori, who you got this week?
Take it away.
The Eagles are pretty hot right now. I'm being objective. The Eagles are pretty hot. They're playing really good. But I think the Giants finally open up their offense and we see what we could really, really do. Not only they're getting healthier, but I think we see the real Giants actually come into play, and I think the team is going to be rejuvenated. Apparently, I read a report that up to 11 players have been complaining to Judge for the last few games that they wanted Garrett not calling plays anymore.
Yeah.
So it was the offense who was just bitching about Garrett, and rightfully so. So yeah, I'm going the Giants in this one.
How many other teams in the NFL will be like, hey, we need to try that, right?
Yeah, right.
Chicken Wing, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going for the Giants, bro. I got that new lease on life now that Jason Garrett's gone, and fuck Philly.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Heads I go with the home team. Tails I go with the away team.
It should just go with the home
Really?
team. Just tell us the home team.
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails.
Go with the Eagles.
Oh, he's going with the.
This is
Wow.
hard. This is honestly this is
It's
the
hard.
hardest one to pick this week. I'll be honest
This
with
is
you.
hard.
So
Actually, 2 games from now is the hardest one.
unless there's some like brash of injuries or COVID tests on the Eagles side, I'm gonna go with the Eagles and trust Siri on this one. So she hasn't done me wrong yet this season. So, all right, DJ.
Going with the Eagles in this one. I'll piggyback off of the rest of you. It's a hard pick for sure, and it got even harder because Jason Garrett was let go.
Yep.
To the
I mean,
absolute
void.
pleasure of all. To the absolute pleasure of all Giants fans and anybody who wants to see the Giants actually put up points. Actually play offense like we know that they can. So that's always good for them. But the past 21 meetings between the Eagles and Giants at the Meadowlands, the Eagles have won 15 of those. And I don't think they're going to lose this one either. Yeah, I think the Giants' offense will be opened up, and I think they'll be able to do more, and I expect to see that. I mean, we wanted to see it since the beginning of the season. We were just looking forward to it. It just never happened because Jason Garrett sucks at calling plays.
Yeah.
Past 2 weeks, Philly has put up at least 30 points, and I can't see them stopping again. I don't think the Giants can outscore them.
Fair.
Okay.
That's true.
And Rob.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Philly just because I've seen them put up 40+ points before. So until I see that out of the Giants, I'm gonna have to say.
You've seen them put up push. Fuck up, Rob. Hate you.
Hey, win or lose, if the Giants put up like 35 plus,
over there.
if the Giants put up 35 plus points, win or lose, you're gonna look at the rest of the season very differently.
Yeah, it's improvement.
I'll immediately. I won't even need Pornhub that night. Absolutely.
Oh, there you go. See, there you go.
I mean, JC, you say 35 points, dude. If I can get 25 points out of the Giants, then that I would look at that as an improvement. I mean, what are we looking at?
Well,
I mean, here's the other thing I want to add. Why I think the Giants will win. The Giants have been waiting for this game since not only last year when the Eagles laid down and just opened their assholes and just lost. Not only that, it wasn't bad enough. The fucking draft, goddamn stealing Devonta Smith from us.
Yeah.
So the Giants are turned the fuck up for this game. We haven't historically done well at Giant Stadium against the Eagles. That is true, but they're pretty turned the fuck up. If there's any time where not only I don't want to say lost your defensive coordinator, you upgraded your defensive coordinator.
True.
But then the draft and the Week 17 last year, yeah, they're ready.
They better feed off that crowd energy because I know the Giants fans are going to be ready for this one. So
Sure.
All right. Atlanta at Jacksonville.
Fucking what?
This one is maybe not so easy to pick,
Fox
right?
game of the week.
Yeah, right. Chicken wing, what do you got here?
This is something that our two lovely co-hosts Nori and DJ started, but the hoes will come together and
They have to.
Jacksonville.
They have to.
They will give
You can't beat the
Jacksonville
hose.
that win.
You can't beat the hose. It's a little matter of time.
You're right. The hoes are gonna do it this time, bro. They got him.
It will wear you down. You will
Fact.
submit.
I know it's Michigan
Something
week,
happened.
so Urban Meyer's going to have his eyes on that game on Saturday, but
I
Are the
don't know
Falcons
the game.
in the
Do you mean
AFC
women
East?
or the actual game?
the game, both,
Falcons
right?
have
Okay.
scored all
Both.
of 3
Yeah.
points in the last 2 weeks, so let's think about this.
Yeah, I know, but
That's what I'm saying, bro. The hoes will come together and they will
I
kick
am
that 3
just
points.
saying, like, they have scored 3 points.
In 2 games. Shut up.
watch
2
the final
games.
score of this one be like 3-2, or some shit like that.
The
Hey,
Minnesota
bro,
Vikings
with
kickers have
Jacksonville
scored
winning?
more.
Jacksonville winning, bro. The hoes are gonna do it, bro. I'm telling you.
It's going to be 3-4. There's going to be 2 safeties.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Are the Falcons in the AFC East? No.
I mean, they should be.
They- I'm
they're-
gonna go with
they're-
Atlanta because it seems Jacksonville can only beat, teams in the AFC East. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta right now. I know it's hard to say, but that's what I'm sticking with. Nori,
I thought it was funny.
it
I'll
is
tell you
funny.
why Jacksonville. Here's the tech.
There
Okay.
you go.
This is why
There it
Jacksonville
is.
is going to win this game.
I've been waiting
Yes.
for this
All right.
all.
Right.
Yes.
Let's go.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Let's
Hear me
go.
out. When Urban Meyer originally powered up, he was flirting around. He was dancing with hoes. Like, he didn't really go flat out cheat. It was just really inappropriate. He kind of dipped his toe in the pool. Like, I kind of like this, but he didn't really jump in. We need a flat out Urban Meyer ball slapping sex tape. That's what we've been missing. And I feel like we're going to get that. It's going to be released. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win a goddamn game that I pick. Because I'm going to get this fucking pick right. I will go down swinging. So I'm going to pick the Jacksonville London Jaguars to win a fucking game. And they're going to win.
At home, my
In goddamn Jacksonville. Because if there's anybody I trust least than Jacksonville is the fucking Atlanta Falcons.
It's true.
So I'm convincingly, for once this year, picking Jacksonville.
All right.
London.
Man.
This year.
DJ, what you got?
I completely agree with everything Nori just said, first of all. Let me just say that. Every fucking word.
Including the, as I quote, ball-slapping sex tape.
Ball slapping sex tape on Twitter.
Right, you got to get the review in there. Like, is that double X?
Okay.
Is it really in there? No.
We're talking triple X rated. That's what we're talking about, and this is the shit that he needs. And if he gets that, they are going to win this game. Let me also throw this at you. Even though the Jags have lost their past 2 games, they put up a total of 27 points in those games. Atlanta Falcons put up 3 in their past 2 games.
Hey, that's close to 28-3, bro. I'm
Oh my goodness!
You ever want to see an NFL team, in all seriousness, just quit on their fucking coach? Since week 1, look at the Atlanta Falcons. That's all I'm going to say.
That's true.
They don't want him there, and now they're showing that they don't want him there.
Detroit's been fighting harder. Giants have been fighting harder. Fucking Vikings never gave up. All these teams are not giving up, and the Falcons gave up day 1.
All right. And Rob,
I'm gonna go Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jacksonville because the cooperation that we need, we're gonna get that cooperation. They're gonna win this goddamn game.
All right, Rob. Go for it.
Jacksonville, because we believe in Twitter and the video will be released. Obviously.
Okay.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Ball slapping.
I guess what's the over under? It's fucking what?
All right.
It's gotta be ball slapping, or I'm not gonna believe it. It's gonna
I
happen.
guess what's the over under on what side it's gonna be on first? I mean,
Oh my lord. All
I mean,
right.
holy shit! What are we looking at? On the fans? I mean, what
I don't know about that, but this is close on Yahoo. 51% are picking Atlanta. It is that close.
Yes.
So, yeah.
They haven't heard about the tape yet. That's what
Well,
that's
it's not.
Yeah, 51% still believe in his marriage. So we're smarter here.
All right. Final of the Sunday early games: the New York Jets at the Houston Texans. Houston's actually favored for once by 2.5.
They just got done beating the Titans. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, and they're playing the Jets without Mike White. So,
without Mike White?
Yeah.
Oh,
we going
for a low price of $10, I'm gonna go to that stadium and watch that team win. Let's go, Houston. Yes, sir.
It costs more to drive over there and park, probably.
Hey, tickets as low as $10. That's all I saw. I said, bet. Well, I'm going.
I hope it's like that when they play Tennessee, because maybe I'll try and sneak over. I'm going with Houston. Yes, it's the Jets without Mike White. That's the sole reason to go here. Yeah, I'm going to go with Houston to win this one. Nori, what about you?
I think the Jets should be looked into for fraud, because if you're going to bench Mike White, you're obviously tanking, because they know they can win out and beat everybody and make a Super Bowl run with Mike White, but they're choosing not to. So I feel like if you're going to throw Gruden under the bus, you need to investigate the Jets too. That's all I'm fucking saying here.
They're giving him a year to develop.
Yeah, Mike White allegedly is on the COVID list, but Mike White can get sick. He's not mortal like us, so that doesn't make sense. He's immunized more than Aaron Rodgers is, so there's no way he can be sick. So,
I mean, JC, you mentioned they're taking time to develop him. How do you develop a king? He's already
how do you
king,
develop a god? Exactly. Like, what does that mean?
You can't do that.
Bro.
He's
Develop
already
a
done.
king into
He
an
knows
emperor.
everything.
That's what they're working on.
I still fucking believe that he's going to break all of Peyton Manning's records, and it's just a matter of time. I love Mike White. So until then, I'm going to have the Texans winning, because the Jets are clearly tanking, and it's bullshit.
Okay. I feel like I need to ask this of Nori. Would you rather have Daniel Jones or Mike White quarterbacking your Giants?
Mike White.
You know the answer. Mike
White.
fucking White.
Ooh, boy. Interesting. Okay.
You can ask me about Patrick Mahomes, I'll say Mike White. You could ask me about 27-year-old Tom Brady in the snow, I guess what I'm going to pick, Mike White.
Eli Manning.
Did you see that he's going to break all of Peyton Manning's records? Do you think he's lying, JC? No, of course not. Mike White doesn't fucking lie, dude.
But Eli though?
Eli Manning
Eli?
or Mike White?
Mike White?
Ooh.
Wow.
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 Mike White wouldn't have struggled. All those picks Eli would have thrown that year, Mike White wouldn't have thrown them.
Okay.
Wow.
So Chuck
He would have had a
Norris
perfect 155 rating through the whole year.
here.
He's just downplaying right now, giving everybody else a chance.
All right.
It's
DJ,
crazy.
you got.
They're not playing Mike White. I'm going Houston.
All right. And Rob.
You know, if Mike White comes in, I'm changing my pick. But right now, I'm going Houston.
Same.
Back.
Bingo.
Same.
See?
All right.
That is the only disclaimer we're putting on this fucking show, is that we reserve the right to change our picks if something nutty happens. Like Mike White coming back, then obviously we're going with the God King.
All right. All right. Sunday late afternoon games. Chargers heading into the Mile High City to take on the Broncos. Chicken Wing, what do you got on this one?
Well, earlier we established that Denver is a bunch of frauds, so I'm definitely going Chargers.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, who's picking Denver here? Raise your hand.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I didn't
we
raise
can
my
move
hand. Yeah, I didn't raise it.
Yeah,
All right, so we can move on, right?
Yeah,
Yes, we
the
can.
Chargers.
Yeah.
This probably might be the only game that we can do.
I'm not trying to be
to.
that guy. I'm just saying, like, this
No,
is.
I understand.
no,
You're right because
Because
well,
last time I tried it, I fucked up, so I don't want to.
Yeah, you're not good at
You're not good at it. You're not good at it.
Yeah.
Mike, part of being a good team is having a support system that will cover your flaws. Don't make jokes because you're not funny, and let us do this. And when you do make jokes, you're gonna get us canceled. So let us help you. Help us help you.
help me, help you.
Help me, help you.
All right, a game that we probably shouldn't be doing that to is next. It's the Rams at the Packers here.
This is good. This is interesting here.
This is an interesting one, especially with the Packers losing to the Vikings and the Rams. What Rams team are you getting, right? Chicken Wing, who you got on this one?
Green Bay. I still Green Bay, and not because I
Okay.
want LA to lose. That's part of me, but I still think that Green. Well, yeah, I'm still taking Green Bay to this one.
Okay. I'm going with Green Bay at home. Don't see them losing 2 in a week, especially not two. Sorry, don't losing 2 games in a row, especially back-to-back home games as well. So, going Green Bay. Nori?
I'm going with the Rams. They didn't make all those investments to lose 3 games in a row. And Sean McVay is a very good coach. Stafford is good, and I think they exposed Green Bay a little bit more.
Okay. DJ?
Going Green Bay. I'm going to stick with Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau. I'll beat the Rams.
All right. And Rob?
Going with the LA. If I go with LA and they win, that puts my Vikings closer to being the division champion there.
All right. Stay with
Stick to
the
your guns,
chest.
Rob. What a king. Stick to your guns.
Sticking to my guns, going with the Rams. Let's do this.
Is
That's
this the make or break game for the Rams season? Is this a must win for the Rams?
No, I don't think so.
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
so.
more
I
of
think
a
it's a big
must-win
one,
for Packers.
but yeah.
It's a must-win for the Packers if they want any shot at the number 1 spot. Number 1
That's
seed.
true. That's true.
That's true. Okay. Minnesota at San Francisco. Chicken Wing, you're picking first anyway. Your Niners are starting to come together and look pretty good. So, what do you got?
Well, kind of like what Rob was saying. This is also a must-win for the Niners because of the fact that they're basically going to be fighting for a wild card at this point of the season. And since we're neck and neck with Minnesota, giving them a loss is going to further close in on us securing it. So no, I'm definitely going to rock with my team here, and I hope it's a blowout because I don't want to drink any more than I need to. Watching okay, that's all there is to that right there.
Okay.
Yeah, you said it. This is important for both teams. Right now, the Vikings, of course, have the tiebreak over the Saints and the Niners based on conference game win percentage, but head-to-head is most important, and I like the Niners at home. That team is starting to come together. Arguably, this is the game that probably, if they were flexing this week, could have been the Sunday night game. There's a lot on the line here between these teams. So,
I can see that.
but I'm going with the Niners at home on this one. Nori, what do you got?
Let's talk. I'm going to go Minnesota, though,
Okay.
Yep.
because I think they're beating better people. Well, the 49ers did beat the Rams, but yeah, Minnesota has just been like right there. They've been right there. I think they're a little bit healthier. They definitely have a better quarterback. And I think Zimmer ultimately is playing for his job, so I think Minnesota.
No, I just don't like you no more. Whatever, I don't care.
I know, I don't like me either.
All right, DJ?
You're gonna fucking hate me. Minnesota.
I already do.
Taking,
So whatever.
I'm taking to win this one. And just to go back to what I said before about San Francisco playing more balanced and having Jimmy G do less. Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings had a balanced attack as well. Dalvin Cook, 86 yards rushing, a touchdown, 3.9 yards a carry. You know, Kirk Cousins went nuts against Green Bay Packers, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns. You go to Lambeau and you beat Aaron Rodgers. Then you're going to go to San Francisco and you'll win that game as well. And I think it's because they'll have a balanced attack, and they'll do enough to beat the 49ers. And I don't trust Jimmy G in this game. I really don't.
Okay. And Rob?
I'm definitely taking the Vikings because, got to go full 100% into my predictions. Got to believe. Plus, Jimmy G, man. Come on. You guys can find a better quarterback.
No,
you have a better quarterback.
Notice I never said I trust Jimmy G in my win. I just said that we just needed the win.
Well, I know. That's why I'm saying Minnesota.
If he gets the win here, do you trust him?
No.
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 Had to ask.
It's the same shit. Give him less to do, and he'll be fine.
All right.
I believe it.
Sunday night game, Cleveland at Baltimore. And normally I might have said anybody picking Cleveland, but neither team has really looked exceptional, at this point. So, Chicken Wing, we'll start with you. Who you got in the Sunday night game?
I still got Baltimore. I think they're a better coach team, and with Cleveland imploding the way they are right now, it's not looking good for them. It's not looking hot, actually.
I don't know, JC. This might qualify for hold on. Well, who's picking Cleveland?
I'm not.
Depends if Lamar Jackson plays, right? I mean,
I'm still going to pick Baltimore even if he doesn't play.
Okay.
I mean, Cleveland, they're imploding. Like
They are.
Really are.
Yeah, JC. You should have won with your gut, man. I think everybody's going Baltimore.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because they barely beat Chicago. I just wasn't sure,
they beat Chicago by 3. Like, is that really
Buffalo
beating
lost
Chicago?
to Jacksonville. Do we really need to do that?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Is anybody going with Cleveland, or are we all going Baltimore?
Baltimore.
This version of Cleveland right now. I'm going Baltimore.
Okay.
Baltimore.
So it really just depends on what Cleveland team shows up. Yeah. So we're going Baltimore.
Yeah.
And maybe we can do this on the Monday night game too. Seattle at Washington.
Oh my God!
Washington.
Definitely
Anybody
Washington.
think the Seahawks can pull off a win on the road?
The second coming, bro.
Then coming to who?
Yeah, Mike's finally gonna pick. He's finally gonna pick Tyler Heineke, even though he keeps saying he's the truth, but he won't pick him to win games.
Hey, I
See-
picked him in my fantasy league. I want to hear him nothing
That's
about
why you're not a believer.
Exactly,
Like,
bro.
I'm a believer in Mike White. You're not a believer in Mike. Go
Oh my gosh.
Be a hater all you want to. I don't care.
ahead.
You wait until Washington and Taylor Heineke play a beat down Seattle team. You're like, oh yeah, Taylor Heineke's the truth.
Exactly. Exactly.
He won last week.
He scored 3 touchdowns last week. I believe in it. He is the truth.
Thank you, bro.
No. Okay.
Because I had him on fantasy. I feel the life.
That's the only reason why.
Hey, whatever works, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that was our not so expert analysis and predictions for Thanksgiving Week 12 of the NFL season.
So we all picking Washington. Hold on,
I think we all said we're picking Washington, right?
Yeah.
making sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all calling him the truth, the whatever
No.
second coming.
No, I'm actually going Seattle.
You serious?
Russell starting. That's the only reason why.
Started last week.
What the fuck he started last week? He got his ass
I
whooped.
mean,
He's still hurt. I'm sorry. He's not healthy. He's a liability, honestly.
He's not healthy with a bad defense, and Washington's trending in the right direction.
Yes.
Only reason I'm picking Washington.
And they have.
I'd love to pick Seattle. This was week 1. Bet your ass and be picking Seattle. But this team is off this year, man.
So it's either going to be Russell or Geno Smith. So,
Did we not say earlier Washington contender, Seattle pretender?
yeah.
That's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
we said Washington was an X factor. That's what we said. A spoiler. That's what.
Spoiler.
Yes.
Well, you can't pay spoiler if you don't beat a team like this. So,
Facts.
True.
all right. Thanks everyone for joining us. And I know I mentioned my daughter's softball team last week, and we're there spread, so we're getting a lot of new listeners. If you are new to checking us out in the Sports Minorities Podcast, check us out on Twitter at SportsMinorPod. We're also on Facebook. Just search Sports Minorities. I know a lot of the dads and coaches that stepped in to help me put together a 3-day-old 400 T-ball team, helped us coach your team to the championship. There were a lot of parents of one team and a lot of coaches sitting there yelling and screaming, and the only thing I can say is, these are 4-year-old kids, guys. Just enjoy seeing them play the game, whatever it is, even if it is baseball, even if it is T-ball. The child first, the sports second. That was a lot of fun to coach my son and a bunch of kids that had never played T-ball before to a championship on a 3-day-old team. And that was just a blast. I think that was the loudest any crowd was in that whole complex of kids to see 4-year-olds and 3-year-olds play the game. So, but yeah, to everyone getting all uppity and pissed off and everything, no one's getting a college scholarship at 4 years old. Just enjoy the fact of seeing them play the game. And that being said, to all my fellow coaches that were helping me on that team, thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without you. Coaching 3 and 4-year-olds is tough. It's probably the toughest.
And if you're yelling at 3 and 4-year-olds, you're garbage.
I agree.
Just fucking
They're
that.
out there having fun. They're just getting to play. They're having a good time, and that was a blast to do. So, great time. There's a whole long story about that, but all I'm going to say is they're going to make a movie about that team one day. Call it "Remember the Cutie Pies" because that was the name of the team. Was the Cutie Pies just thrown together last minute? So, thank you everyone for joining us on the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe, leave us a review, let us know what you think of the show. Maybe something you got a comment on or what you might like to see us talk about. Let us know. We'd love to hear from it too. So, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan. Tighten up and birds up. Go Runners. Keep the season going. Conference USA Championship or bust. Let's do it. Joining me this week are
Chicken Wing, your today Niners fan. Tomorrow, who knows what I'm going to be with next week.
And I'm just waiting for the Jets to be in the Super Bowl with Mike White. You know, just I can't even make fun of the Jets at their failures anymore. Like, you have a king. Like, you know, well done, Jets fans. Well done.
Hey, it's Rob. My team's already won all the championships, so I don't care who wins anymore. Have a good day, guys.
No one cares.
What's up, everybody? DJ here, resident Cowboys fan, and I've made another adjustment to the team in Indianapolis. It is now no longer the Indianapolis Taylors. It is the Jonathan Taylors. Period. Point blank. The end.
I got you. Back.
See if that gets rebranded. Thank you everyone for joining us and listening. We'll catch you next week on the Sports Minorities podcast. Take care.
Peace.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
We just need, like, Urban Meyer just ball slapping. I'm talking like you have your hand in the spine, right? And just slapping with the hand of God, just slapping down, and you see ass everywhere. And Urban Meyer just looking at the camera, like squinting. You know what I mean? Like, look what I'm doing. Like, that's the sex tape we need, and that's going to push Jacksonville to the Super Bowl. And it's not that I'm even recommending infidelity to anybody, you know what I mean? But it seems to work in fucking Jacksonville. So I'm just a man looking at the stats, and I'm just going by that. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
you know,
numbers don't lie, right?
I'm a man of science. I see what works, and I just go with it. You know, like, Urban Meyer. Like, you know, all we're asking you to do is record what we know you're doing. That's all. And then the Jacksonville goes to the Super Bowl run. They'll be say, "Oh, Trevor Lawrence was so good." No, it has nothing to do with that.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't that.
And they could have won with Joe Flacid. It doesn't matter. Once that sex tape comes out, unfucking stoppable.
Wow, bro.